Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be talking about a hot topic, right? Cryptocurrency. Pros, cons, what is it, different types. So let's start off with what is cryptocurrency, right? So basically, a cryptocurrency is a digital or virtual currency that is secured by cryptography or cryptography, however you want to pronounce it, which makes it nearly impossible to counterfeit or double spend, right? Many cryptocurrencies are decentralized networks based on blockchain technology, which is a distributed ledger enforced by a disparate network of computers, right? So, a defining feature of cryptocurrencies is that they are generally not issued by any central authority, rendering them theoretically immune to government interference or manipulation, right? So, let's try to understand some of these cryptocurrencies, right? So, cryptocurrencies are systems that allow for secure payments online, which are denominated in terms of virtual, like tokens, right? And these are represented by ledger entries internal to the system. Crypto just refers to the various encryption algorithms and cryptographic techniques that safeguard these entries. Such as different types of curve encryptions, public private key pairs, hash functions, stuff like that, right? So then what types of cryptocurrencies are there? Well, the first one, right, everyone knows, Bitcoin, right? And that still remains one of the most popular and most valuable, right? There are thousands of alternate cryptocurrencies with various functions, specifications. I mean, it's just so many, right? A lot of people will refer to these as altcoins, right? Alternative cryptocurrencies, they're altcoins. Some of these are clones or forks of like Bitcoin, while others are new currencies that were built from scratch. So, Bitcoin was launched in 2009, and it's either by an individual or a group, most likely a group, known by a pseudonym, Satoshi Nakamoto. As of I think it's March of 2021, there were like 18.5 million Bitcoins in circulation, making the total market cap somewhere around 925 billion. That's a lot of money. Some of the competing cryptocurrencies, because of Bitcoin's success, right? Again, these are altcoins. Stuff like Litecoin, peercoin, Namecoin, Ethereum, Cardano, so on and so forth. Dogecoin. These are all altcoins, right? But today, the aggregate value of all the cryptocurrencies in existence is around 1.5 trillion. And Bitcoin currently represents about 60% of the total value, right? So more than half. So there are advantages and disadvantages to a lot of the cryptocurrency. A lot of people have problems with, like, well, what if this, and I can't use it for every day, and there's so many different problems that everyone has that people are afraid to get into them. And then there's other people who, I think recently, as of making this video in 2021, there's the guy who had invested his life savings in Dogecoin, right? $180,000, and it ended up being worth like 2 million, but he held and it went back down to 1 million. It's probably going to keep going down. We'll just see, right? But we're going to talk about some of the advantages and disadvantages of cryptocurrency, because I feel like the advantages and disadvantages are fairly even at this moment. But I feel like in the future, and this is just my opinion, like give it 5-10 years, or maybe less, maybe more, right? I don't know for sure, but the advantages will begin to far outweigh the disadvantages the further down the line we get. So let's talk about some of the advantages, right? So cryptocurrencies hold the promise of making it easier to transfer funds directly between two parties without the need for a trusted third party like a bank or a credit card company. So when you go to use your credit card, right, that's not you spending your money. That's you telling the company that you want to use your credit. The credit card company says, okay, we're going to spend this. You spend the credit card company, you spend their money, right? And then whoever you're buying, like Walmart, if you're at Walmart, right, they receive the money. So instead, with the cryptocurrency, the crypto would be from you directly to Walmart, right? Like or if it, same thing with your bank account, right? If you go to use your debit card, it doesn't go from you to your bank and then the funds released to Walmart, right? It goes directly from you to Walmart, right? You are your own bank, essentially. So these transfers are instead secured by the use of public keys and private keys and different forms of incentive seasons. Like these systems are something like a proof of work or proof of stake, right? And like in today's cryptocurrency system, a user's what's called a wallet or your account address. It has a public key, while the private key is known only to the owner and is used to sign transactions. Fund transfers are completed with minimal processing fees, allowing users to avoid these steep fee charges by banks and financial institutions for wire transfers. So then let's talk about some of the disadvantages. So the semi-anonymous nature of cryptocurrency transactions makes them well suited for, just a plethora of illegal activities, right? Money laundering, tax evasion. I mean, the list is crazy, right? However, cryptocurrency advocates often highly value their anonymity, right? Citing benefits of like privacy, say like protection for whistleblowers or activists living under a repressive government. Some cryptocurrencies are more private than others, right? They're not all equal. Let's say Bitcoin, for instance, right? It's a relatively poor choice for conducting illegal business online, since the forensic analysis of the Bitcoin blockchain has helped authorities arrest and prosecute criminals. More privacy-oriented coins do exist, right? Such as Dash, Monero, Zcash, and they're far more difficult to trace, right? So then we also got to talk about some of the criticisms of cryptocurrency, right? Since market prices for cryptocurrencies are based on supply and demand, the rate at which a cryptocurrency can be exchanged for another currency can fluctuate widely, since the design of many cryptocurrencies ensures a high degree of scarcity. Bitcoin has experienced some rapid surges and collapses in value. It got as high as... So if we go back to 2017, we'll go history. We won't do now. Well, we could do now. So as of right now, on the day I'm recording this, which is March 19th, 2021, or I'm sorry, May 19th, 2021, it is, we just saw like a 40% decline in the price of Bitcoin. It went from around 60,000 to like 30, right? Like, I think it was at like 57-ish, and it dropped to like 29 today, which that's over the past 2 days, rather, not in one day. So it's just like, oh man, like that's a lot, like big swing. So a lot of people are really afraid that if you buy into Bitcoin, you buy a Bitcoin, let's say it was $60,000 on Monday, and then now today you spent $60,000 for that one Bitcoin on Monday, but today it's only worth like $30,000. You just lost half your money, right? So a lot of people are really scared about losing their money. Well, that's why a lot of cryptocurrencies are considered by some economists to be a short-lived fad or a speculative bubble, right? So there is concern that cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin are not rooted in any material goods. So like some research has identified that the cost of producing a Bitcoin which requires an increasingly large amount of energy, is directly related to its market price. Well, cryptocurrency blockchains are highly secure. But other aspects of cryptocurrency ecosystem, including exchanges and wallets, are not immune to the threat of hacking. And Bitcoin's, what are we going on 11 years now? 10, 11 years? Several online exchanges have been the subject of hacking and theft, sometimes with millions of dollars worth of these coins stolen. Nonetheless, many observers see potential advantage in cryptocurrencies, like the possibility of preserving value against inflation and facilitating exchange while being easier to transport and divide than precious metals and existing outside the influence of central banks and government. So what a lot of people are using these coins for, like Bitcoin, is a store of value, right, rather than a currency. So how some people will invest in gold, instead they're calling stuff like Bitcoin digital gold. It's a store of value. You're hedged against, whatever it is you're afraid is going to happen. So how do you get cryptocurrency? So anyone can purchase cryptocurrency through a crypto exchange, Coinbase, Cash App, Gemini. I mean, there's a handful, right? You can just find your favorite one. I personally use Gemini. If that's what you want to use, all the more power to you. If you like Coinbase better, go with Coinbase. It's whichever you prefer. So then, what's the point of cryptocurrency? Well, a lot of people see the blockchain technology of having serious potential for uses like online voting and crowdfunding. Major financial institutions like JP Morgan Chase, they see the potential to lower transaction costs by streamlining payment processing, right? But how does cryptocurrency make money? Well, cryptocurrencies allow for secure payments online, which are denominated in terms of virtual tokens, which are represented by ledger entries internal to the system. Investors can make money with cryptocurrency by mining Bitcoin or simply selling their Bitcoin at a profit, right? Buy low, sell high. So this comes down to, this is just a basic overview of some of the things you need to know, how safe it is, unsafe it is. The big question, of course, is where do we see this going in the next 5, 10, 15 years? Well, personally, I don't know. I would say that within the next 5 years, you'll probably see Bitcoin and Ethereum start to be accepted at quite a few places, right? I don't think it's going to be widely accepted for another 10 to 15 years, right? This is definitely something that's going to be really big down the road. But getting in now could be a big deal because there's a lot of people who are incredibly smarter than me who say Bitcoin's going to go to 100,000 plus. So imagine you bought a Bitcoin today at $30,000, and then let's say next year it's worth $100,000. Well, I mean, you just made $70,000, right? Big deal. But that depends on how you're going to use it. Are you going to use it as a store of value, right? Against, inflation, or to hedge your bets against your other investments? Or are you just going to try to buy low, sell high? So it really comes down to what you want to do and how you feel about it. I actually want to know what you think about it. Let me know down below. Go ahead and give this video a like. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And until the next one, y'all be good.